Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been about 2 years since I've been on social media. I decided to take a break and I'm back here trying to, I think, partially revamp my channel and kind of decide how to return to social media after taking a break. It was kind of a New Year's resolution and it took a really extended amount of time, but as I'm contemplating what to do going forward, one of them is potentially starting my own business. I've decided to come back to social media, including my YouTube channel, and talk about some of my favorite things, which is usually home fragrance and candles. Over the summer, I was in Vermont, and that was about, where I was about 20 minutes from the Kringle Candle company store, which is a brand of candles that I really had seen online and come across, but I never experienced in person. They're started by the son of the Yankee Candle family, and the store and flagship is located closer than the Yankee was to me. So I thought, since I'm there, I might as well take the opportunity to go check them out. And I did, and I was really impressed by the store. And it just really had a lot more to offer than I think the Yankee Candle brand has in a couple of years. The scents are really more interesting, and because I was there over the summer, I was lucky enough to be there for their Halloween launch, which is kind of what I want to talk about now. And one of the candles that I want to start, since it's October 1st, is part of their Halloween release of this year, which is in these black glass jars. These are the 22 ounce and 100-hour burn time, so really you get a lot of value for your budget. And so this is the scent Coven, which I would say is probably the most unusual and unique of the scents this year. And this one is a really, I don't want to use the word powdery, but I think that's kind of what I've seen other reviewers and people at the store describe it as. But I think it's more floral than powdery. I think the initial reaction is to describe it as powdery, but I think it's all these florals and spices that are in there. Not a lot of spices. The only one is really cinnamon leaf, and I have the scent notes from the store that I picked up that they provided on the release. So this one says that the top notes are cinnamon leaf, lemon flower, then the mid notes are lily of the valley, jasmine, and patchouli, which I definitely feel the patchouli, and then the base is musk, sandalwood, vanilla, and guaiac wood. So definitely for me, I feel the cinnamon leaf, the musk, and the patchouli are really strong. I know a lot of people say they smell this lily of the valley, but I haven't burned it yet. I'm planning on burning it probably this evening, if not tomorrow, as part of my Halloween scents. And overall, it's really rich. I would say it definitely has that witchy kind of patchouli, they said it, the lady at the store told me it reminds her of Salem, Massachusetts, which I visited. And they have a lot of those like witchcraft kind of candle stores where they sell herbs and stones. And it definitely has that hippie, witchy kind of vibe. And I would say that this is probably the strongest or most unusual scent from the collection. And that's why I decided to talk about this one first. I'm also going to talk about other candles. Probably my goal would be to do a candle a day. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it off since I have not filmed in 2 years. But I have a few other things, including some scents. This brand I discovered in a farmer's market in Vermont. It's called Quiet North, and this one's called Witch of the Woods. And this has pine, ylang ylang, and clove, or ylang ylang, the flower. Definitely the clove is the strongest note, but I'll get to that one in a later video. Then another brand that I discovered over the summer was south of Sanity, and one of my first empties is this blueberry pumpkin blueberry pancakes from south of Sanity. So these wax melts I've used. I'm also going to provide the links below for these. But this fragrance is really nice. Usually in September, I like to stick to blueberries and apples as kind of my scents. I feel they're really good transitions from summer to fall, especially because it is, in a lot of regions, blueberry and apple season still. So one of the ones coming up is gonna be the HomeWorx Basket of Apples. And this one I've already burned a few times. It has like a sweet, fresh apple smell. This one I would say is a natural style candle. It doesn't smell perfumey or synthetic. It has that real, like, that essence of slicing into a fresh apple, which is what's really nice, especially for people who don't like strong scents. This one has more of a natural fragrance. And then I also picked up this, which is what I'm burning right now, the Blueberry Pumpkin Patch from Bath & Body Works. This is an old candle that was re-released this year, and I picked it up, and I'm almost done with that one. I probably have 2 or 3 burns left. And this one has really nice projection, and I would say leans more on the blueberry and not the pumpkin, which is really nice. Then another brand I discovered over the summer is GypsyMoon. As you can see, I'm almost done with this one. This is one of their jar candles. I believe I purchased this one in Salem, Massachusetts over the summer, and I started burning it in September. I couldn't wait for October. It's called Halloweentown, so it's based off the film. And my friend, she loves the movie, and I hadn't watched it until she told me to watch it, and now I really like it. It has a nostalgic Halloween kind of vibe. And this one's really, really nice. So I'll talk about that coming up. And then another brand that I discovered over the summer is Teresa Lynn's Simple, and she makes woodwick candles, small batch. I found her on Etsy, and this one was kind of one of her clearance offerings. It's called Pumpkin Spice, Scary Movies, Candles, Murder, you know. So that's one I've been burning. And overall, I also have this candle, which I discovered this brand from my friend Kat, and this one's almost done. It's gonna go in my empties pile soon. And this candle company is based out of Ohio, so I'll talk about that as well. But really what I'm most excited about is talking about the Kringle candles and their Halloween collection, because this is probably the one that I invested the most money in this season, and I really want to go through my entire collection with you and all the ones that I picked up while I was up in Vermont and went to the Kringle store. So Kringle releases the Halloween collection once a year. I believe that they go on sale around July, which is when I think they had the launch party that I went to at their Kringle store. They are offered in their black glass, which now is, I don't know if you can tell, but it's now translucent. It used to be opaque, but now you actually can see the flame through the glass, which I think is nice, because part of for me, the fun of having a candle is seeing the flame. The old glass jars were completely opaque. You could not see the flame and the wicks. It's 2 wick, it's 100% soy. And like I said before, it has a 100-hour burn time. I'm going to try to keep track of that to make sure how accurate the 100 hours are. And I believe that there were, let me see how many this year. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 candles released in the 2 wick collection. And then I think there were more released for the 3 wick collection, which I do not have those. But I have, I would say, a big amount of the 2 wicks. Probably one of the things I want to do this time around is also show you my candle closet, my candle collection. It's not as big as other people's, but it's definitely bigger than, I would say, the average candle collector. And most of them are these Kringles right now. I have a few candles in there that are things that I've collected over the years that I've decided not to burn because I'm waiting for like a special occasion, or they were limited releases, so I'm keeping them and saving them for something which I'm not sure of, or just for references. And then some of them are candles that I really loved that, for example, were going to be discontinued, so I bought as many as I could find of those, and I have those as backups just because I really like the fragrance to use as references and just to burn. So that I think would be an interesting video to share with you. And then the rest of the time, I'm just gonna share my candles and give you my thoughts on them. I would say this one in particular is the most unique of the collection. I think it's the most unusual in terms of being not a type of scent profile that most people are gonna wanna sell or create because it's so specific. You know, it's not your typical sweet pumpkin or cinnamon spice or candy type of thing that everybody really kind of leans towards. It's definitely more conceptual, which is what I think people like myself go to Kringle for. And I'm glad that I was able to smell these in person, because what had prevented me from buying them in the previous years was that I didn't have a way to smell them in person. I didn't want to purchase and buy something that I had no idea what it was going to like or perform. I burned a few of them. Some of them are stronger projecting than others, and some of them are softer. I'm guessing this one is going to be really strong. And definitely this is something you could use in your living room or your foyer entryway to really kind of evoke that Halloween mood and really create an atmosphere with this one. So I'm going to try to burn this and give you my post-burn reviews. This is Coven by Kringle, and it's part of their 2023 Halloween collection.